the places nobody goes. I wanna teach all the things that nobody knows. I wanna grow wings, leave the coop, learn to fly. Bungee jump from the tallest building in Dubai. I wanna fly around town in my UFO. I wanna eat real food, not the GMOs. I wanna make moves, call the shots like the boss. I wanna love like I never lost.
Today's episode of Desertwood Daze with Kathy Blaze was sponsored by Dork Publishing. Visit them at dorkpublishing.com.
Welcome back to Desertwood Daze with Kathy Blaze. And guess what? I'm not Kathy Blaze. I am Dr. Lady Raine of the praisiest station in the nation. That's that Stellar-nominated station, Praise.fm Radio. And guess what? I get an opportunity to interview, and you got a little plug, someone that you may not have thought would be interviewed. But we get to interview on Desertwood Blaze none other than Kathy Blaze. Hey!
Hello.
How are you, Miss Bling Queen?
Oh, awesome. Ooh, look at you.
Hey, I get to sit in your seat.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I get to sit over here and see what this feels like today.
Well, I get an opportunity to interview Miss Kathy Blaze of Desertwood Daze. So I have some questions I'm sure that your audience may know, may not know. But if you don't know, you're going to know today. The first question is, how did you get involved in entertainment?
Ooh. You know what? I always tell people that I think I started when I was a little girl playing with my brothers here, being a native of Arizona. We grew up in this house that had these little houses behind the big house, which sounds weird. But we would go and we'd be in the back and we'd be doing these, like, I call them our stage plays, and we would be creating characters and doing things. And I say that that's when it started back then, because me and my brothers, I had 3 brothers, and we all entertained each other in some way, or entertained the family in some way. One of my brothers loved to dance, and I don't know, my other brother, he was pretty quiet. One was an artist. But my thing was being the entertainer, being the actress, and I also later got into modeling at some point when I was like 15 or 16. So I say it started at that point, probably when I was aged 9 to 10. I just never knew it.
So you started at such a young age, and you said you dabbled with being on stage, whether it was entertaining, actress, modeling, or just being an actress, being phenomenal as you are. So what is your passion out of all the things that you've done in the entertainment industry?
You know what? I always call myself, I say God has blessed me with being that person, that go-to person that people call upon to help. And I've always been like, I don't want to say like a caretaker, but that person that's always there for someone. And growing up, I just felt like I was like always the entertainer, trying to make my family laugh or my cousins laugh or play with them, because I was one of the bigger cousins. So I would do silly things to make them laugh, like hiding in the closet and jumping out and scaring them. And I mean, wow. I would always do things like that. I'm not going to tell some of my other secrets, but but I just always felt like that was something that was in me. But as a young girl, I was really shy, and at times going through some times when I was bullied in school and stuff like that. So I think I held it in. I was afraid to show who Kathy really was when I was younger. So it didn't really fully come out, and I really didn't express who I was at that point in my life.
Well, you know what? They think that entertainers and people who are in front of the camera and in front of the public eye, that we're extrovert. But I heard you say that you were shy.
Oh, yes.
So that means you're actually an introvert.
Yes.
So it takes a lot to go in front of people and entertain and just make people laugh. If there was someone who is shy, but they know that they have that in them, what advice would you tell them?
Oh, child, let me see. Oh, you know what? I know it took a long time for me to get out of that. And I like to say, um, one of my mentors, we were talking about it the other night. It's like, what box? Once you get in, I call it a box of fear. You can
Mm.
find yourself being stuck there for a long time. And I was in that box for a long time. I mean, I can tell you, I remember as a high school student, I wanted to try for cheerleading. I knew all the splits, I knew the dance moves, I knew everything else. I knew it up here, I knew it up physically. But my mind wouldn't let me go out there and try out because I was scared. I was in that box of fear. So, one thing that I would say is do whatever it is that you can do to stay away from that darn box. There's nothing healthy in that box. It takes away a lot of your life, a lot of your time, a lot of things that you aspire to do in life.
Mhm.
So, you know what? Just take a leap of faith and believe in yourself.
So, describe to us, if you could remember, the first time that you stepped out of that box,
Ooh.
you took that leap of faith.
Mm.
What did you do to step out, and how was it your first time?
Well, my first time of actually fully getting out of that box was it was after being signed with an agent, and I was a plus size model. And I also, at that time, we were trained, if you're a good model should be an actress. So I was also aspiring to be an actress also. So I was combining those two things. So I competed in this competition in Hollywood for plus size modeling and acting. So this competition had individuals from about 50 different countries there at this competition. I was a plus size model, and it was the bathing suit competition. So I'm sitting there, I was probably a size 16 at the time. Okay, these are supposed to be plus size women in this competition. I'm looking at this line of women, these little women. I'm the biggest thing there, and the line is back there behind me. And I wanted to run and get out of that line, but I couldn't because there were so many people behind me and my time was coming up. So I'm sitting there, my heart racing, and all I see is bright lights in my face. So I had to do a lot of self talk and tell myself, Kathy, this is what you trained for, to be here this day and get up there and do what you're passionate about, what you want to do. So after that, seconds of self talk, I got up there, got on that stage, looked dead into the lights, those bright lights shining at me, and I did my walk, and I strutted my little behind off that stage. And at that point, I tell people Kathy Blaze was made at that day.
Wow, wow. So you said something. You said affirmations,
Hmm.
right? So you had to encourage yourself.
I have to encourage myself.
How do you encourage yourself?
I encourage myself on a daily basis.
Mhm.
I tell, you know what? I tell myself I'm beautiful. I tell myself I love me. I tell myself I'm good enough. I tell myself I deserve this. I tell myself all those things each day. And you know what? I'm not too good to look at other people and say they deserve those things that they want also. And that keeps me humble enough to know that I can do this. But you know what? It's not always all about me. And that's one thing too I had to learn. A lot of times I feel that this is my ministry, and these are things that God has had in place for me to do. So it's not all about me. Me making that step to create Kathy Blaze catapulted me onto this thing of creating my own production company for plus size women called Blazing Curves, which gave women of size an opportunity to showcase their talents as well. So it wasn't about just Kathy Blaze that at that time anymore. It was about other individuals in the industry that wanted to model or act.
Wow. So you're talking about serving the community. You're talking about giving back to those who are struggling alongside with you. I can't wait to after we come back from this break to talk about the things that you are doing for the community and how you're helping others who are dealing with insecurities, introverted, plus size, whatever it is in the entertainment industry that tells us that we're not good enough.
Yes.
How you can go and motivate others to believe that they're good enough. So, guys, we'll be right back after this break with none other than Kathy Blaze, the host here on Desertwood Daze. Welcome back to Desertwood Blaze with our host, Kathy Blaze, and I am Dr. Lady Raine. And guess what? We know that she's the host here, and we know that Desertwood Daze is her baby. How did you get started with Desertwood Daze?
You know what? First and foremost, before I started hosting, I'm an actress. First and foremost, I enjoy what I do as an actress in the entertainment industry. I've been pretty much in probably about 30 plus films, short and feature films. I've done stage performances. So I'm very passionate about what we do in the industry here, entertaining and the community itself. So my executive producer came to me with his idea of doing a show, a community show, a positive community show about entertainment. And he said when he thought of this show, I was the first one that he thought of. And I was so grateful and humbled because I'm a native of Arizona. I love our community and I love what a lot of us do here in our community. And I know that there's a lot of individuals that go unnoticed. And there's a lot of people that, not that they just don't have the platform to showcase their talents and things on. So I thought this would be such an amazing thing to be able to give those individuals that opportunity to be able to showcase their talent. And let Arizona and whomever, their families, know what they do out here in the community. Because we work hard being entertainers. You have your host, your shows, and everything else that you do. You know how much work you put into that.
Yes.
So those actors and filmmakers, photographers, so many different areas, they do a lot of work that should be noticed also. And that's why I love hosting Desertwood Daze.
But wait, I heard you say that you're an actress.
Yes.
Tell us about what's going on in the acting world of Kathy Blaze.
Oh my goodness. I've done a few feature films with my executive producer. One that's dear to my heart is called Phase Redemption. And that is dear to my heart because I got to work with some individuals that's no longer here with us. So we have that in their memory also. And I know that there was other films that I did behind the scenes stuff on, but they were also a part of that. So those are films that are very dear to my heart. I can tell you each film that I worked on, except for when I first started off, at that time you're aspiring,
Yes.
you may do things just to get some meat up under your grill. And but going forward, any film that I've worked on, I could say that I was I guess I can use the word with some people. I was blessed that a lot of times I was referred because of people knowing me and knowing what I do and knowing me in the community. I've auditioned for, probably less than half of them because usually it was someone contacting me. And because we're in a community where you don't find a lot of material for Black women, for Black actors. Okay, so when there is something, they know the Black actors to go to, the Black women actors to go to. Probably the men too. There's more for the men, but the women is feast or famine out there.
Yes.
So, but I could say that the majority of the films that I've had the opportunity to work on, I've been blessed to be referred to.
So you have anything that's upcoming that you would like to share with us?
Yes. So I've been wanting to challenge myself, and I was telling my producer this. I've always wanted to do a musical, be a part of a musical. I don't consider myself a singer. When they asked me, I said, I don't consider myself a singer, but I'm going to try. So I'm looking forward to it's a stage play about ghosts called the movie Ghost. So I'm one of the characters in that. So I'm so excited and looking forward to that because
Well,
that's something that I've never done, and I'm looking forward to
well, guys, y'all stay connected to Miss Kathy Blaze. Other than Desertwood Daze, she
it.
got some stuff coming up. But I do know that this show is the last show
Of
of this year for
yes.
you. And so, you have anything that you're looking forward to doing in 2024? Little Birdie told me that you got some community projects coming up.
Oh yes, yes. I that's another thing I've always loved giving back to our community. Um, in 2022, I became a first off I have a nonprofit for
Yes.
moms with special needs children,
Okay.
and I'm a mom of a special needs child.
Wow.
So I've always wanted to be on the city commission for disability concerns. So in 2022, I was invited to be a commissioner on the City of Tempe
Wow.
Mayor's Commission for Disability
That's
Concern.
amazing.
But this year, the end of this year, last month, I just got voted in for 2024. I will be the chairwoman
Come on,
of the
chairwoman.
City of Tempe Disability of Concerns. So I'm really excited. That's a new job, new role.
So, amongst being a mother, a host, an actress, what are some other things that we don't know? Look, I'm pulling out all the juice. Okay, what are some other things that we don't know?
You know what? I do a lot of things. I mean, I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, producing. I've worked in casting. I'm also an image consultant, so you know what? I'm one of those people. I get in where I fit in. If we're in a production and there's help needed, I'm there to offer the help. If I have the skill set to do it, I come from corporate, so I'm used to getting in where I fit in. So I really just love the entertainment field as a whole, and I love everything about it.
So, you said that this show, Desertwood Days, with none other than Kathy Blaze, is basically to give people in the community an opportunity or a platform to showcase their work. Is there any way that a person who may want to showcase their community works, how they can get in touch with you? Once they connected?
Sure. As far as we're an entertainment show, so it has to touch entertainment in some way.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. They can find us on all social platforms under Desertwood Days, or they can reach me at Kathy Blaze. Either one. That's where they can find me.
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
simple.
Wow, wow. So I'm just excited and glad that I had the opportunity to interview you on Desertwood Days.
Oh.
Do you have any closing thoughts that you would like to share or a parting word for those community people that are watching for them to enter into 2024?
First I would like to say, working on a show like this for a whole year takes a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of time away from other passions, their families. I want to take this moment to thank my executive producer, George O'Bart, because he put a lot of work and time into what we do here to give back to others. I want to thank Matt Camp. He's our cinematographer, crew person in the back, person that yells at me.
We have those
Yeah,
that
no,
yell.
he's a sweetheart. I want to thank him for the time that he puts in on the show as well, and I want to thank our stage director, Mark Lara. He's been a great help to us here on the stage, and Becky Bentley has been a supreme help on our show also. Kendra Perpich, she's the amazing person that helped with our set design and everything that we
Wow.
have going on here. Oh, Ash Hatzer, Joe Becker. We've had people that have given up their time to come in here and help on this show and make this show a success that it's been. to last to this is our end of our third season, to be able to be here this long. All these individuals have given up time away from their families and their homes and their jobs and their own passion. They're not just here for Desertwood Daze. They have things going on as well. So what I would like to say going into 2024, remember the people that's there for you. Tell them thank you, love on them, show them you support them as well. If they have something going on, get out there and support them in what they're doing. Don't just have them show up for you, but you're not making an effort to show up for them. It goes both ways. Show that love back. And that's what I like to say in 2024, because I think 2024 will be much more successful for all of us if we're supporting and helping each other out.
Well, thank you, Kathy Blaze, for just being the amazing woman you are. And I hope everyone stay connected to Desertwood Daze and follow Kathy Blaze to see some of the amazing things she's going to do in 2024. I'm Dr. Lady Raine, and I thank you for letting me be the guest interviewer on this show.
Thank you, and thank you.
Today's episode of Desertwood Daze with Kathy Blaze was sponsored by Dork Publishing. Visit them at dorkpublishing.com.